Mr. Eggplant presents.
Hey guys, Tyler here. Thank you for checking out this video. And it's 11:07 finally, and if you are playing the game, you probably will find yourself on the Siren Isle to pick up the latest content that we have here in the game in the form of the Circe's Circlet. At least I think that's how you say it. It's the Citrine ring that you're going to get here on the Siren Isle. So if you guys are unfamiliar with this, we basically had one in Dragonflight called the Onyx Analyte, and it works the same way. So the ring is going to be a significantly higher item level than any of the other items in the game. In fact, it starts at max mythic and goes all the way up to 658. So this is going to be something that you want to have for all of the rest of the tier, and if you're an AOTC raider, probably the entire next tier as well, because it's supposed to compete with hero track rings in the next tier. So very important that you get this and get this quickly. So there's going to be 3 different colors of gemstones on the ring itself. There's going to be yellow, blue, and pink. And then there are going to be 4 different versions of each colored gem for a total of 12 gems. And I've already got those collected here. Not all of them apply to us specifically, but there's one that will give you the benefits of every one of them randomly, and it does proc often. Alright, so this is what your build is going to look like for AoE or Mythic Plus first. So I'm going to go ahead and here we go. So the first one up is going to be the Stormbringer's Rune Citrine, and this one just gives you X amount of every secondary stat, and the amount of stat you get goes up with item level and then also with the second Citrine gem that we have in this ring. So there's no bad secondary stats for us on our Marksman Hunter, all things considered. We get good value out of every one of them. There's just some that are more important than others, so this one works quite nicely. The next one, and arguably the strongest one for us as a Marksman Hunter, it's not going to be strong for all DPS, is going to be the Fathomdweller's Rune Citrine. So it gives you X amount of mastery. It's a large amount of mastery. And then it also empowers all of the other Citrines next to it based on your total mastery. And we are a class that stacks mastery. Whether you play Sentinel or you play Dark Ranger, you're going to have a ton of mastery. And this one works out quite nicely. And it's going to make those stronger throughout the rest of the tier and into next. And then the last one is going to be the Legendary Skipper Citrine. So basically the way this one works is whenever you attack, spells, abilities, anything like that, you have a chance to proc one of the other 11. So obviously it's not going to proc itself at 150% effectiveness. This thing procs all the time. We'll look at it here in a second. I have some details information to share with you guys real fast. Hey, Oddwin's inviting me to a group. I'll probably wait on that though. I'll finish this video, buddy. There we go. So the only other one you want to change for single target, and it's only if it's pure single target. Everything else, run the build that you see here. You're going to switch out that first one for the Thunderlord's Crackling Citrine, and it just does a zap amount of damage. The damage goes up based on the item level of your Circlet, if it procs thanks to the Legendary Skipper Citrine, or if it's boosted with the Fathomdweller's Rune Citrine. And then also it goes up with Versatility as well. So that information will be found down in the description of the video, but just to show you guys how much this stuff procs. So I have some information to share real fast. So I opted to see how much damage the zap would do if you did it in an AoE setting. And it did about 3%, 2.5 to 3% of my total damage. The ring was doing like 73 million DPS to give you guys an idea. And this is if you do the single target Citrine in AoE. And if you look here, the top three enemies hit were all single target bosses. So maybe if you wanted to run with this, it would help you get some more single target damage out there on bosses. Up to you. And then the other option I did want to share with you guys, just look at the Stone Vault and look at the auras. So we can see exactly how often the ring procs. So for example here, we have, is this the first one? Yes, it is. So 9 minutes and 19 seconds of having a boosted amount of secondary stats of all your secondary stats. We had that up for 28%. We had another one up for 13%. We had one up for 7%. We had one up for 11%. And I think that might be it. No, we have one more. We have one up that procced a whole 10 seconds. And I guess a 3% as well. So if you all calculate that together, we had that almost the like half of the key, and we're not always in combat for a full key as well. So the thing is proccing all the time, and you're just getting more stats. It does stink that you're on your character sheet, you see, oh, I don't have all these extra stats and stuff like that that you get from just the base ring, but let me tell you, it procs all the time. I've seen a significant increase in my damage, and I hope you guys do as well. And then basically you're going to, real fast here, you'll be in Khazalgar. You'll go into Dornogal. Over here in the main area of Dornogal, you'll get a quest. It'll take you over here to the Zeppelin, to the Siren Isle. You get on said Zeppelin. You can't fly here yet. And then you'll do the quests here. You'll get a few of the Citrines as you're doing the base entry quest line, which again takes about 25-ish minutes. And then you'll come here to these major events, which you can do as many times as you want during the day. And there'll be a random Citrine here. So just continue to do these. Stuttering Hollow is still kind of bugged. It might take you quite a few times. Blizzard said they're going to fix that, but we'll just have to wait and see. And then if you're like me and you're looking for the last 2 Citrines and you can't find them anywhere, this Tortollan up here is the guy who sells them. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys have a great rest of 11.07 and into the funness that will be the PTR for 11.1 and the Undermine. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.